to join them in this most victorious sound. This is our kingdom, Trident Gloria. This is our kingdom, Artemisia. Strong and united, conquering and undivided, we shall fight for Artemisia.
Great populace, I bring forth the Baron and Baroness of 1,000 Eyes, Ellen and Evelyn. Remember, she is here because he's not all there.
Some things never change.
Of this wonderful kingdom comes before you now, Baron and Baroness of Loch Solid. Hogart and Ronwin. My mind just stopped.
Probably. He can scooch, I can scooch. Do the shuffle.
Fair citizens of these golden lands of Artemisia, I present to you Persir Morgan and Banneroon Tintierin from the land of Barony of Sentinels Keep, the Rock of Artemisia. We pray thee, may we attend your court.
And Gomez de Santander, the Mooseless, I mean merciless!
Arnold!
Your Majesties, your assembled excellencies, sailing into your safe harbors now. Come, Owen, the Baron of the Blues, and Her Excellency Malkin, privateer of the arts.
Get out.
You drive. Your Excellency, you drive.
Please make yourself comfortable.
For those of you signing for here in open support of their majesties, right here, their words.
Thank you all for being here today. Uprising, wow. This is a keystone event in this kingdom with a very long and distinguished history. And so thank you all for attending. We apologize that we were not able to get out and socialize more, to be more involved in today's activities. We had a lot of business to attend to today. But we were able to get out for a moment. I was able to just catch the end of the heavy fighting and some of the field archery, and it looked like everyone was having a good time. So hopefully you all did. I hope everybody enjoyed today, and of course there is this evening to look forward to as well. So thank you all for being here.
So we have a little bit of business for today, so please bear with us when we'll get on with it.
The Majesties call before them at this time Her Excellency, Countess Samaya, the Kingdom Seneschal.
I know this shirt's kind of a turd, but like, what are you picking?
Yes, please.
I just wanted to make a real quick announcement that so that everyone who might not have heard, I am back as Kingdom Seneschal.
4 more years.
I did take a minor vacation for a little while. We have several more months that you guys get to put up with me. So until you see.
Forever.
2 more years. I know what that means. I'm glad I'm not.
Justice for a moment. Anyway, I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew if you have issues or you have questions or anything of that nature, please feel free to either reach me via the Book of Faces and or the email that we have. I have no problems trying to make sure that we can take care of everything we can, but we really need to, there's a line and we need to kind of stick with that line and so that things don't get lost or fall through the cracks. So thank you all for helping me in maintaining this so that their majesties can have at least the business side can stay as smooth sailing as possible. Thank you. Thank you.
But, Your Excellency, wasn't there a polling today?
Oh, would you like me to speak to that as well?
Please.
I honestly
Promoted
think so as many of you know, there was a polling today for your next Baron and Baroness to be here in 1000 Eyes. It ended up being a confidence polling because we have one set of candidates. That's Stefan, and Amber. I just want to make sure I say them correctly. And
You're good.
it's okay.
You're good.
Ignore him.
Do not be distracted by the herald behind us.
Do not be distracted by your apprentice behind you.
Seneschal.
Exactly.
Seneschal.
The polling was in favor.
Yes!
2 more years.
Children!
Congratulations.
It's a boy and a girl.
And as many of you all know, the investiture happens at Baronial Birthday in 1000 Eyes. It is currently set for November 23rd, as there is a little bit of a hiccup. We are working on some possible exceptions to that and see if we can't figure that out. But for right now, it is for November 23rd. Either way, you will have an investiture in November. So please, everyone that can attend, do so. Watching an investiture is an absolutely wonderful thing to do. It's almost as great as watching a coronation.
Ours was
From the sidelines.
People don't say it out loud. Thank you so much. Allow me to escort you back.
You don't get to die. You don't get to die off just yet.
Hey, if you could stay for just 1 second, and Your Excellency, if you could just stay there for a second. Their Majesties would like to call before them Stefan and Amber, the apparent heirs.
Sorry to turn my back on you.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Gotta be pointed somewhere.
Diffusing time.
Your embroidery is fantastic no matter the angle. Thank you so much for putting your bid in, and we really look forward to working with you. If there's questions, feel free to reach out. We'll be sure to help get you ready for your investiture. Thank you very much.
Thank you for entering. It's a daunting task you have agreed to take on. You know, being crowned is a daunting task, but I feel that we get the benefit of only having to deal with it for 6 months, where it's being the Baron and Baroness of a local group goes on a bit longer. So thank you so much for taking this on, and know that you have our support and our appreciation. Thank you so much.
For the new heirs to the barony of 1,000 Eyes, Vivat! 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 And Countess, while you are still here, I do believe Her Excellency 1,000 Eyes would like a moment with you.
And
Big hug.
His Excellency also.
You can bring this way too.
Kind of has to.
Your Excellencies would like to call forth Her Excellency Ariel of York.
Yes, exactly.
No, you have not.
I have.
I can still
Permission to address your public.
Please.
This wonderful, wonderful, wonderful lady, don't even start, has gone above and beyond for years, for all of us. And the barony would like to say thank you. I saw it was yours.
Would you like to share? Oh, and for His Excellency,
Nice color too.
some fabric from our travels.
Oh wow.
That looks just like me.
Thank you so much for keeping us together. That's good.
For what just occurred, Vivat! 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 Vivat!
Are you passing on your herald to your heirs? Only if they want it.
There's a difference between broken in and broken down.
That was a good one.
I'm sure that there's hidden compliments bouncing around.
Oh yeah.
Very
Just as your talents are.
Their Majesties at this time call before them Cecilia Bookbinder.
The whole crowd is doing that.
Nobody tell.
I lied, Their Majesties are doing nothing at this point.
Kill the herald.
Blame the herald.
Their Majesties at this time call before them Elzbieta Jarakoba. I'll tell you what, it goes a lot faster when nobody shows up. Just saying.
She's with Cecilia.
You must be present to win. It's all right. We'll try again.
All right.
I would have buried you for 3 years.
No? No?
No takers, sorry.
Wow, really? What was that?
We're burning right through it.
Now I want to do that.
That's
I had my corner all
He had
planned
his
out,
head.
and now
Well, we haven't used any time. Do you want to make announcements about Kings Road and Bardic first?
Sure. So, you may have heard that we will be doing the Artemisian Bardic competition at Kings Road. This is for Bard of Artemisia. Bard of Artemisia, I want to point out, Artemisia was one of the first groups within the society to have a bard. Now, at the time, we, of course, were a tiny, frail little principality of Atenveld. But the kingdom of Atenveld did not have a bard, and neither did any other kingdom in the known world. This was something that Artemisia had started. It has now since created a trend, and there are other bards for other kingdoms. But Bard of Artemisia is a very unique and very special office. It has been held by some of the greatest artisans in the known world. We will be having the final competition for Bard of Artemisia at Kings Road on Friday evening. It will be alongside the Torchlight tourney that is being held for autism.
Yep. So it's Tibor's turn.
Tibor's tourney. And we will be doing it in conjunction with that. So, the final qualifying round, yes. We have allowed people to participate at any court that we have held since we stepped up. Actually, since before we stepped up, our mother and father were very kind to allow us to hold Bard of Artemisia as far back as January, well before we stepped into the position we are in now. But this will be the final competition. If you wish to try to lay claim to the title of Bard of Artemisia, you must be at Kings Road and be present for the Bardic on Friday night. It will be spectacular, and it will be a Bardic in the grand tradition. It will be dark. There will be a large fire. There will be people fighting and then singing and then fighting and then singing. There will probably be beverages of an adult nature. So it pretty much doesn't get better than that for a Bardic any way you want to look at it. So we encourage all of you who wish to participate, travel to Kings Road in the barony of Bronzehelm. It will be well worth your time. The site is fantastic. It is a beautiful site. We're very excited to be able to return there and host this Kingdom event. And we look forward to seeing many of you there, even if you're not participating in attendance, so that we can decide who our Bard is going to be. What we will do is Friday night, we will have the final competition. All entrants will be allowed to compete one more time. Her Majesty and I and our heirs will select the top 3. And in Grand Court on Saturday night, each of those 3 will get to compete one more time in court before we select a winner. We only ask that you keep your performances, was it 3 minutes or 5 minutes? 5 minutes
for Saturday night Grand Court match.
Okay, 5 minutes max. That's all we ask. Keep your performances to 5 minutes, and hopefully we'll see everyone here. We'll see all of you there in about 3 short weeks. So it will be something to look forward to. Sure, please.
I will be running the Kingdom Thrown Weapons Championship. It'll be a royal round. The top 4 from the royal round will play tic-tac-toe with knives. And
Tic-tac-toe.
no, that's Mumbly Pig.
And the top two from the Ford and the tic-tac-toe will compete against each other. There will be prizes for first and second place.
So hopefully we'll see everyone here at Kings Road. It's going to be a phenomenal event. There's so many great things planned. And again, in the Barony of Bronzehelm, and I cannot stress this enough, the site is absolutely fantastic. It's a gorgeous site. You will not regret the time it takes you to travel. It will be a phenomenal weekend. You'll be sad if you miss it, I promise.
And Your Majesties, if I may. Also at Kings Road this year, Master Elias will be running what started many years ago as the Non-Dawn Tournament. After the creation of the Order of the Defense, is now the Non-Mod Tournament. As well, I myself will be, for year number 16 or something, be running the Rose and Butterfly Tournament. So if you are a rapier fighter, or if you are a Lady of the Rose, Papillon, Dove, etc., 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 and wish to sponsor a fighter in that tournament, that is when it will be taking place. Thank you, Majesty. Oh, well, I guess we're into that business now.
All right, let's do that business. Let's call it first and forward, and then usually.
Okay.
I think that's where we are.
All right.
Let's do it that way.
Okay, on this one?
Yes.
Okay.
On this one.
At that case, their Majesties call before them His Excellency Don Shannon Patrick Campbell.
That's me.
That's you? Yeah, that's you. No. I can barely say it in Gaelic.
Nice try.
I think in Gaelic is Shannon.
Yeah, it is.
I'm pretty sure in Gaelic it's Shannon. It's not spelled Shannon.
No.
In Gaelic it's spelled B-A-B-E-V.
It's a moose with a owl? Okay, I was like, that or it's the kid from
Welsh, it's just all
Oh, okay, I was gonna say that or the kid from Where the Wild Things Are. That's what it kind of looks like, because it's a
No,
nice.
we will not accept any apologies for what it is that you have done, especially for this. Probably many of you know Don Shannon. He has done tremendous work. He's been involved in this kingdom on various levels, held various offices. Most recent, of course, as Seneschal is the Barony of Griffin's Lair. But that is not the only office that he has held. He's done a multitude of other activities. This kingdom, you would not know this from the outside, but this kingdom will not function without him. The type of work and effort that he's put into it is so significant and so important that the wheels do not turn and the cogs do not match without his contribution. And that's a substantial contribution to the kingdom and also to the society. So if you would please, let's go ahead and do the spiel.
Oh, can I have fun with the spiel?
Absolutely. Go ahead. Go nuts.
The Order of the Sage was created to recognize officers who go above and beyond. Don Shannon's not getting that right now.
No, he's not.
Their Majesties call before them all members of the Order of the Pelican!
All the way around.
And buddy, I'd come up there if I first threw.
No, you're good. Let's do it.
The level of contribution that Don Shannon has contributed to this kingdom, when you contribute to a certain level to a kingdom, you contribute to the society as a whole. And that is why nothing less than recognition as a peer of the society will do. So at this time, Your Excellency, we do send you on vigil. We ask you to consult with the good members of this order about you and to take their counsel. And at Whipping Winds, this event coming in August, in the former Shire of Northgate, we will ask you a question, and that will be, will you accept admittance to this order? Door number 0, right? So at this time, we would ask this order to take you away, and you have until then to prepare yourself for your answer.
For the newest, vigilant, to the Order of the Pelican. Vivat! 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 Vivat!
Did you ever get the number of that bus?
I did. I got the number of the bus.
Oh.
Yeah.
The Crown's Herald, being a little verklempt and would also like to go congratulate his brother over there. Your Excellency's 1000 eyes. Do you have any business today?
Perhaps.
I figured you might have a little bit.
I was wondering if perhaps we could have our other guest baronies who have traveled so far do theirs and we'll do our business last. Would that be acceptable, Your Majesty?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Very well. In that case,
Let's
Your
do-
Excellencies,
yes.
do you want to go completely
Let's
reverse?
go
Your
reverse
Excellency?
completely. Reverse.
Okay. Well, in that case, all the way down there, Your Excellency's Griffin's Lair.
Herein opens their court.
Yeah,
Our herald is verklempt.
for some reason.
Hi, everybody. Did you have a lovely uprising? My first uprising was uprising number 4. I've been doing this a little while. Uprising is always a good time. Want to know what else is a really good time? You can come out to Griffin's Lair and join us for Battle of the Bay. Lamastide. The first Saturday in August. I won't be there, but y'all have a good time.
Grandchild be born.
Woo! My daughter will be giving me my 4th grandchild. I will be in Rapid City, y'all. Whatever.
Oh, is that really? We could do whatever.
You can do whatever.
Witness.
Lamastide, free for all!
You might not have a barony to come back to. I'm just
I am
saying.
certain your majesty will make only one drowning. Okay?
Great stories, though.
Absolutely. Coronation, you guys are going to handle that?
Go ahead.
Okay.
No, please.
Coronation, can you
Coronation. Yeah. Rain, fire. Coronation will be at Fort Buenaventura in the barony of Griffin's Lair. First weekend of September. I don't know what the day is. They make paper with markings on it for that.
September 7th.
September 7th? Labor Day weekend?
King's word is law.
Not that anyone's counting.
I can look.
Well,
I can
remember,
consult
he's only got a certain amount of time before he's.
Yeah, he is rapidly decomposing. They must place their heirs into position. It will be a camping coronation. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, go home. This will give their Royal Highnesses a chance to properly send off His Majesty to hell, back to hell. We will drink for 10 days this time.
10 days, not 7.
10, not 7. 7 he comes back. 10 he goes away.
Yes.
So
I got you.
I don't know.
please come. It'll be a great time. It's a great sight.
We should drink for 12 or 13 just to be sure.
You know what? You totally
We can start drinking now until then, and it'll be
just to
guaranteed.
make sure we're good. Okay?
Anything else?
Anything else? We're good.
Such have been the words of their excellencies, the defenders of the waterways of Artemisia.
And they're vigilant.
Oh, thank you, Vigilant. You're done now?
Yeah, can I go sit down? I must go to Vigil now.
Good luck, Royal County.
So are you individual?
Womp womp.
Ouch.
Oh, that's right. They're actually, I forgot, we put them over there.
He's zigzagging.
One moment.
Yeah, he
It's
could've
that
waited until I got
3-month
back
thing
over
that,
here.
you know. Sorry, your most excellencies of Arnhold, do you have any words?
We do.
Here in opens the court of their excellencies, Gomez and Marin.
Great Populace, good cousins all, your majesties, I am sorry to interrupt your court, but we actually do have a small bit of business to do today. May we
Thank you.
proceed? Thank you.
Their Excellencies call before them Andrew Bowman of Glasgow.
Boy, indeed.
His name was Angus.
That's whose dad it was.
Yeah. Now, as many of you might know, as the B&B of any barony, it is within our power to create new orders and new awards. Please come closer. You're nice. One of the cool things that we have been able to do during our reign, or not our reign, I'm sorry, Your Majesty, our tenure has been to be able to create an award that really embodies this man.
The moose lands of Arnhold are blessed and strengthened by those who travel across earth and sea to offer their friendship. For those bold explorers, the Order of the Alsace Amici was created. For it is widely known that the greatest friend of the moose is the squirrel. In thanks for his love of our land and populace, we name Andrew Bowman of Glasgow to this order. Done this day, the 15th of June, AS 54. Marin du Bourbon, Baroness, Gomez de Santander, Baron.
This has been a wonderful thing coming because he's been able to join his son and daughter-in-law here a few times, and every time he has, he's made Arnhold a better place. And we're very happy to have him here whenever we are able to, and we want you to have this as a reminder that you are always a friend of ours and always welcome.
Thank you.
So, Andrew, can you face the populace and tell everybody where you come from?
I come from Scotland, Glasgow.
What events have you attended here in Artemisia?
I think this is the fourth.
Awesome. We are so lucky to have you and the amazing things that you do. I know that for this event, you made a quiver. You shot in the novice tourney. I think you did really well in the novice tourney. And you have done not only us as the Barony of Arnhold proud, but this entire kingdom proud. I know that you actually are a member of the SCA newly. And we are so lucky to have you as a member of our populace. So thank you so much for sharing this with us.
Thank you.
And I would like to note that this scroll was made by Angus and Ursula.
Thank you very much.
So this is yours, and thank you so much. We really do appreciate all the time and effort you do to come here and share this dream with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
3 cheers for the newest inductee to the Alsace Amici. Vivat! 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 Vivat!
Before we go anywhere, Your Majesties would have words with you too.
We wanted to give you a token that you can take when you return home. My ancestors often gave out silver arm rings as gifts to show prowess in battle, but also to show friendship and kinship. And so I present you with this arm ring. Take it home, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.
And for your travels,
Oh,
thank you. We want you back.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And Your Excellencies, now that he's traveled further, literally than anybody else at this event ever,
Yeah.
to get here, back to you.
So we would like to invite everybody to join us in the old lands of the Hearthland, was that correct?
Hearthwarming.
Hearthwarming
Yep, that's
for
where the
Raptor
days
War this August 23rd. If you guys have not made it to the heartwarming site, you're really missing out.
It is possibly the best site in the kingdom. It is really freaking nice.
We have a ton of amazing things happening, and because of that, Your Excellency Fernando, could you please come and speak in front of the populace about the event that you are
What?
Since your lady couldn't be here to kick you in the butt.
Your Excellency, thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. So yeah, it's an event, Raptor War. Many people have been there before. It's true.
Oh, yeah.
Pardon me for showing off.
But, you know?
Really not my intention.
You know?
Anyway.
Just reach out.
Sharpie marker.
I got him.
Maybe a very large smiley face.
I have silver, I have gold, I have
Anyway, we have lots of events planned. We are planning on doing our burger burn for those who have been there before. The burger burn kind of cuts out that extra need to have to drag extra food along with you and stuff like that for a couple of nights. If you don't think that the site is the best site in the kingdom, please show up and prove us wrong. That's the kind of the big part of it.
We have a castle.
Pile of rocks, sure.
We have a really good swimming hole.
Yeah.
We still
water.
have the
We got
springs
trees.
right nearby, which is great. And that's right. We have 2 elevations that will be taking place at this event. So.
And an investiture.
Oh yes, and an investiture.
There'll be, yeah, if you're,
Oh yeah, the thing.
if you're tired of hearing us, this is your chance to come see us out the door.
I would like to point out there are
So,
between 0
needless to
and
say, there is a lot going on at Raptor War this year, and I highly encourage everyone. I do believe we are in the process of setting up a quasi-registration just to give us an idea how many people we are expecting.
Be a goalpost.
Are they allowed? Yes, they are more than allowed to come.
Okay, good. They'll be there.
Blame your herald. He's sitting there.
Well,
They'll
now
be
that you
there.
mention it, I guess we'll go.
I'm
Thank
going to
you,
join them,
Nancy.
so.
That is wonderful.
Well, wait a minute. If he's part of the package,
Your Excellency, I will leave
Your
that up.
Excellency, being that you brought that up,
You're staying Baron forever.
so there is something interesting happening at this Raptor War that has certainly come about very recently, so I don't have the best idea of what's happening, but apparently there's going to be some jugging. Not any sort of jugging,
What?
but rapier jugging.
What?
Blood of heroes.
Now that's
The blood of heroes will be spilt on the field of the Golden Moose.
100 stones, 3 times.
Rapier?
In
yes, you
rapier.
can find like a few friends.
In rapier, the winner of this 5-man tournament of this Blood of Heroes will be able to take with them a banner that has been designed by His Grace Duke Morgan, has been created by His Excellency Braden, and will be available to win again for whoever might fall on the field of battle that day. But it will always retain the stain of those who won it before. So if you think you're amazing as a rapier meleeist, you need to come to our battle of Raptor War and shed your blood on our field.
Bring your friends. Bring a team.
I'll have my do list.
Nicole Autocrat approves.
I don't like the fact that I have to find friends.
Who needs friends when you got fire? All right, here in closes the words of their excellencies of our home.
Oh, that would be really fun.
Okay, this time.
It fell down.
Here it opens the court of their excellencies of Sentinel's Keep.
Good afternoon, everybody. We have had a marvelous time here at Uprising. This is one of the events that is dearest to my heart. We have been here for many years. We have always enjoyed it. This one has been a very big, fresh breath of fresh air, and we have really enjoyed ourselves this weekend. And along that line, thank you very much, all of you, for Thousand Eyes, for being such great hosts. You need anything? Also, so on that, mirroring this event, we are hoping the Northern Allies are gathering together for a Northern Summer Fair, July 25th through the 29th. It's 8, sorry. It's at Fort Smith Park in Dillon, Montana. A small, over-the-hill, 3-hour drive to the site. It'll be wonderful.
Very close to where you're sitting right now.
So we're inviting you all over for our embroidered summer fair. There will be boat races on the river. There will be classes. There will be archery. In fact, there will be a lot of archery because we will be having a baronial archery championship. We will also be doing our thrown weapons championship. So if you can throw better than me, you might make it to championship.
There's no hope.
I'm so sorry. My jellies. I'm so sorry.
And gaming and classes and so on and so forth. Please apprise yourself of the events site of the Book of Faces as well as our baronial site. So to check up on activities that will be posted and the schedule. So thank you very much again for having us here. We enjoy it every single time we come to visit. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'd like to add a little bit talking about the first, the second, and third uprising. I'm sitting here trying to do the math and it escapes me, but I've been playing now for 30 years and I think I've made all but all but one uprising in the time that I'm active in the SCA, so it's a very enjoyable event. As always was this one.
Here encloses a court of their excellencies of Barony of Sentinels Keep.
And your excellencies, we're looking forward to going to Northern Summer Fair. Excellent.
Considering how Uprising started, do the oppressors from the salt wastes, your excellencies of the most ancient and not honorable barony of Lochsollen, have any business this evening?
Pray heed the words of your excellencies of Lochsollen, Bogar, and Bronwyn.
Thank you for letting us come and invade your lands again.
Yay!
It's been a great event. We've had a blast. Throwing weapons was fun. I didn't get out and fight, but hopefully next time I will be able to come and show you how it's done.
Yes, please.
Yay.
Show you how he does it.
That's not cocky.
Thank you, everybody. So, in the spirit of talking about Uprising, my first Uprising was the last one at Sealander Park. That's a while ago. So it's fantastic to sit and hang with everybody, and thank you so much for letting us be here. Thank you for all of the artisans who displayed today. There was some fabulous artwork out there. If you did not get a chance to look at it, you missed out. Okay. So on July 19th and 20th, we will be having Farron's War because some people have accused us.
It's not actually an
It's not
accusation.
actually an accusation.
More a statement of fact.
What, are we still continuing our program of oppression?
No. This is
conquest and oppression.
No, this isn't oppression.
We've
This is
been blatantly accused of
collecting
items. Why would I need a boat? I have my own. He has two of his. It's not my fault that the manor down the street from me owns peacocks and they come and visit.
Nope.
How many boats you said you had? You have one boat?
I have 4.
We'll need 2 of those.
Taxation. However, more importantly at Baron's War, there will be a Baroness's champion. I need champions to protect my honor. The format of both the heavy and rapier champions will be a non-belted tournament. The entrants must present a bardic entry and an arts and sciences thing in order to compete in the tournament.
You say. Well-rounded, pure-like quality.
Precisely. Thank you.
Your Excellency, could you have a champion from outside of your barony?
We will no.
I would love to be your champion.
No.
Something to fill her time.
The tournaments, probably, depending on how many entrants we have, the tournaments will probably not be closed to other combatants. However, in order to be my champion, you do have to be.
Your Excellency?
Thank you, Your Excellency.
No. When you say unbelted. So
None.
That disqualifies me.
Andy.
Well,
If you're a master, I'm sorry, if you're a master of defense.
Oh.
You're fine.
all right.
His Excellency, or His Excellency Sir Nicholas.
No, I'm out.
You're out.
But,
all right.
however, we would request that all knights and dons
Mods.
be present, or mods,
Mods.
sorry, mods be present to watch the
prowess of our upcoming champion. The Bardic portion of the competition will be held Friday night, probably right around the burn. We will be having a burger burn as well. The Bardic portion will happen after that. Then the Arts and Sciences portion, there will be a table set up for display. The only thing I do ask is that there is a small 3x5 card with what it is, when it was used, where it was used, and if you went out of your way to use period methods to create it. The tournament's format will be decided by Her Excellency Amanda's former champions, so we are still discussing that, and they will let that as soon as possible. It's going to be in Grantsville, and there is no water on site, so please bring water. There is no shade on site, so please bring shade. We hope to see as many of you out there as possible, and we will resolve this other issue on the 19th of July.
Sir Raven has lost a spur. And
his handmade ones.
Yes, one of it.
Not that one. Not that one.
Spurs that was on display and disappeared on the way back to camp. So if anybody finds it, please see that it gets back to him.
If you fall on it, you'll know.
Yeah.
If you drive on it, you will know.
He is offering a reward for that, and he will hand make you a knight.
What? Really?
I'm gonna start looking for a spur.
What
did it look like? Can you get my actual?
If you
Metal
find
goes on the ankle.
Yeah, if you find Raven's spur, please return it to him. Doesn't need to
The S and B S and T.
Okay, good thing. Okay, now working our way back around. Your Excellency, 1,000 eyes.
Pray heed the words of Alan and Evelyn, Baron and Baroness of 1,000 eyes.
Thank you for coming to Uprising. Yay! We had a grand time. It got a little warm one day, so we brought some rain, Your Majesty, and it kept the dust down and grew the grass a bit more, and so we were very happy with that. We have had a wonderful time. Sir Etienne, are you out there somewhere?
It's over there.
Well, come on in. And Sir Rothgar, are you out there somewhere? No, that's slacker. So, Your Majesties, we know that you have need of valiant warriors, and today, Sir Etienne was one of the team captains for the melees. These brave fighters started on the main battlefield, fought their way to the bridge, fought their way to Conrad's walls, fought their way to the castle. The battle turned and went every which way, and they fought their way all the way back. Your Majesties, I can tell you with great assurance that the endurance of your fighters is spectacular. But I would like Sir Etienne to give what he observed and what they all learned for Your Majesty's army.
Your Majesty, the army's the fighting was superb. People, what little issue there was, went, oh, what did you think? And that's how it was settled. It was fabulous. The newer fighters, they listened and did what we asked. The experienced fighters stepped up it was amazing. If any of you were not out there and you're heavies, you missed it today, okay? Let me just say that. You missed today. It was just astounding to see it. They talked about what they saw. They talked about what they learned. We had people just step forward and show what they knew. It was a great day.
It was a great day. Your Army's future is in good hands. And so, thank you so much, Etienne, for your experience and battle worthiness. So, those of you that were out there in that fighting field, what did you learn about a bridge?
You need spears.
There we go. So we challenge every one of those fighters to learn to get authorized on spear. And, Your Majesties, Her Excellency Marin held a short spear clinic, and we did some work there. So,
Short spear meaning a short clinic on spears or a clinic on short spears?
The previous.
Thank you. All right. Excellent.
So, yeah, Uprising has always been very fighter heavy, and it was spectacular, and I was so proud of all of you, and we had a great time, and everybody learned something. Everybody learned something. That's what we wanted to do. So anyway, we also held a tournament yesterday, the Unbelted tournament, and so, call it his lordship, Derek.
Your Excellencies, call forth His Lordship Derek. That's you.
That's a spiffy outfit.
And so, Your Lordship, it strikes me that you won this tournament last year as well. And quite a matter of fact, the person that finished just behind you was second. Who was that person? Audie. Oh, that would be Sir Audie now, wouldn't it? Yeah, you defeated him quite soundly last year. This year you had a very spectacular thing. Your Majesties, we have always in Artemisia sought to make our warriors not just adept at the fighting arts, but they are well-rounded individuals who can sing, who will serve, who will tell tales. Your Majesties, while he excelled himself in the fighting field, he has done all of those other things with unbidden enjoyment, and we are so proud of him. So, Your Excellency. If anybody contends you about
Basil. Little pieces. It is. It is.
He unfortunately couldn't be here.
That's what we didn't see here.
And so, Your Lordship, I, as many others, have seen you. But you're not that little guy anymore. So, thank you so much. And you made me proud.
Sorry.
Three cheers for His Lordship Derek. Vivat!
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 Your Excellencies, call forth Master Azir.
Is Azir here? There he is. So, Your Majesties, our rapier marshal has been detained with other things, and so our kingdom being what it is, I asked if this fine gentleman would take over and help run the tournament today, and he did. And so we thank you so much for that. And would you please tell us all the things that you saw upon this rapier field that made our kingdom stronger today?
Well, the rapier field was well attended. We had a short pause for a pelican circle, and a few of us were pulled away, but we did finish the tournament much later, and we had an
Exceptional?
Exceptional, that's it. That's the
Exceptional.
word. Really good. We had a really good tournament, and our finals was Hago, and our winner was Lion. Lord
See,
Lion.
and I said, who is he? And he told me, and I watched him. And I said, oh, watch that guy.
And so we'd like to call forth Lion if he's hanging out there somewhere.
He's there.
Also second.
Oh, well, we'll bring the second up too. Hago.
Hey, hello.
Hago, come on up.
This is one of the very best finals that I have ever witnessed on the rapier field. These two comported themselves honorably, chivalrously, and flawlessly. It was a beautiful final. You witnessed it. So I wanted to present them to you.
Thank you.
Hago was incredible, and so were you, Lion. Thank you so much. It was a great tournament.
Come forward, gentlemen. Yeah, you too.
No grasping. Go ahead.
That's all good. So, gentlemen, thank you so much for ending the tournament. We are very happy to see it. Last year's tournament was spectacular. I understand this one equaled it. And so we have an unusual kind of thing for you. Again, if anybody has any arguments with you, you can rock them to sleep. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. And as Master Azir extolled both of your virtues and said it was a wonderful fight. So thank you so much for advancing our kingdom. Rapier skill. Thank you so much. Possibly.
3 cheers for the rapiers! Vivat!
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 Your Excellencies, call forth His Excellency Robert the Lost, aka Bob.
Lost Bob.
He's coming. He's coming. He has to go the long way.
Probably off working. Oh, there he
Nope,
is.
he's coming. He's coming. Came from the other. He was yeah.
Your Excellency, could you take a moment and explain to their Majesties and the rest of the populace here about the tournament and how everyone fought and worked very hard for their victories here and who ended up winning the tournament?
I absolutely will.
Talk loud.
Yesterday we hosted an introduction to archery, our class, and then we had a youth tournament, archery tournament, and a novice archery tournament for archers who had shot the bow for a year or less. We had a number of archers participating in that. And it was a challenging shoot, especially for novices. There was a protect the innocent element.
Don't shoot You're a bad man. Don't shoot the hunted.
And there were many other elements of the shoot. The victor of the novice tournament from Arnhold is Andy. Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Andy, if you would please come forward.
Describe the tournament a bit to their Majesties so they can understand how hard they fought for this.
Oh, please come forward. The duration of this tournament lasted approximately an hour and a half. There were 50 arrows, I believe, close to 50 arrows or maybe a little over that were shot. And to protect the innocent, if you hit the innocent, you lost 5 points. And because the bad guy was about the size of the pillow and hiding halfway behind the innocent.
Awesome situation.
And then there were, we were shooting at a 40 centimeter target, 6 arrow ends,
What's that mean in
3.
English? What does that mean in
Oh,
English?
a 5 ring a 5 ring color target about so big in diameter.
Thank you.
And then we were shooting at the large 5 ring target, 60 centimeters, which is approximately this in diameter. And there were, I don't remember some of the other elements.
It's been a long weekend, Jabez.
Yes.
He's worked exceedingly hard.
But I believe I hope everybody had fun. And
this is our Victor.
And this is our novice Victor.
Well, in period times, the Welsh were known for their archery, and it looks like Scotland's holding up their end as well. So, thank you very much for entering, and we appreciate it so much.
We realize this scroll is a little heavy. You may want to leave it with your children instead of putting it in your suitcase.
So, this is Basil, and for your information, one of our former barons, and the first duke that is pure Artemisian, his name is Basil. And so he can't be here today, so he left some of his scent behind. A little bit of Basil goes along. So anyway, and now it's going to all corners of the kingdom. So thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Actually, that wasn't him, that was his arm.
3 cheers for the novice champion. Vivat!
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 Vivat! Well named!
The youth who participated in this very same tournament, the victor there was my Lord Wyatt, who also happens to be my grandson.
Excellent. It does run in the blood then.
So, again, he shot the exact same tournament as the novice archers. He shot, the youth all shot right alongside of us. So he comported himself well, he shot well, and
there he is.
Very good. So, now you can be a stone soldier. Thank you so much, not only for this, but for all the service and hard work you have done. Your Majesty, our future is assured because this young man has, not only does he look good, but he works, he has been in every section, helping in every single thing. So, our eyes are upon you. You are the future. Thank you.
Vivat! 3 cheers for the youth champion. Vivat!
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 Oh, Robert, I'm sorry, there's another archery champion. Today's.
Oh, yes.
My mistake.
My
Looked like your legs were getting kind of cramped up. I thought we'd let you stretch out.
I forgot what I was doing. Yes, we had the Uprising, this year's Uprising Champion Tournament.
You were
here. I was there.
He's told he was
He's
there.
lost.
So, Master Robert has been indispensable to us. He was here day one, which actually was Tuesday. We're setting things up. He's worked like a madman ever since, so it's been a long week.
We had a short but fun shoot, and the victor of this year's Uprising Champion shoot is Her Excellency Mistress Casimira.
Yes!
Won by 3 centimeters.
What's that fuzz English?
They don't believe that anymore.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
Mistress Casimir, as you all know, is also
Give
a
them
person
an
of
inch,
many
they call it a
talents.
mile.
The Cas show, as I call it, beginning of court, is great filler, and you learn a lot from all those things that transpire. She also merchants frequently. If you don't appreciate the time that it takes to do merchanting and what it takes away from their event, it is a tremendous amount. This year, Kaz was able to come and be a participant, and I showed what you can do when you can get away from there and pull a string. So, our congratulations. Careful that rock waste pen.
I can use it.
Yeah. She knows what that's for. She does. Yes.
Fuzzy leopards.
Thank you.
Fuzzy lumpkins?
Well, Lord Duncan, who has been playing a mere 8 months and who is a warranted marshal already, had volunteered to help run the second portion of today's archery tournament that I do not know what it is because I was afflicted with
dysentery,
migraine, and he came to my rescue.
But did he die?
Yeah, I have no idea the status on it.
We actually decided to just do an open shoot today, and we had many fine fellows come out and shoot with us. Our wonderful Duke over here gave me lessons.
Whoa!
Hey!
Wow!
Hey!
Ben.
I knew! We're gonna shoot really well.
Well, who was that one guy who got one right in the eye?
Yeah.
Team 66 that happened to.
To all the archers, they did well today. They did well. Thank you. My pleasure.
We really appreciate you.
Their Excellencies of the Barony of Sentinels Keep would like to remind you he is ours. Thank you.
Yeah, that's here is ours.
Well, 3 cheers! Vivat!
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 Good covering, Harold. Good covering.
Lone weapon, shall we?
Your Excellencies, call forth! You guessed it.
Oh, man.
It is Your Excellency.
Indeed it is.
It's like, oh yeah, there wasn't a brownie. This one was
For those, okay. I had a true honor of throwing 3 tournaments today. Or not today, but 3 tournaments this
throwing
weekend.
the tournaments.
We had 13, 14? We had 13, 14, I think, 13 or 14 ladies
15.
that participated in the very first ladies tournament, and it was killer. First, before I say anything else, I must pay homage to 3 gentlemen who have always had my back when I pulled these off. They've always helped me. They've always been around. Loxley.
Oh my word.
Cormac. Azir.
We'll have an axe catching contest.
Let's see if you get better than me now. I really appreciate these gentlemen helping me out and pulling off these tournaments because it is not an easy thing. And I also learned how to keep my mouth shut when women are throwing.
No, you didn't. You didn't. I'm not buying it.
I'm glad you
I'm
put
not
the
buying
caveat
it.
on there because you don't know when.
And you learned about the concept of style points, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Style points.
Very good answer. Very good answer.
We also had a youth tournament, and then we had the annual tournament, major tournament. The ladies were phenomenal, incredible. In fact, I made a tragic mistake.
You did?
No.
Yes.
Seduce, you say.
I didn't tally up all the points.
I don't believe it.
Knock it off, And so we had a tie. Now my call was, what I'm going to do is give a $25 gift certificate to Cat's Trading Post for the winner of each tournament. So obviously I had to dig back into my pocket, but I did have help from Cormac, from Barry, and other people. So the winners of the ladies tournaments is Nissa here.
Ooh,
Nissa.
She's over here.
Nissa.
Nessa.
Nessa.
Nessa. Woo! Sandy's ours.
She asked if she could do it from horseback, but we thought we probably not.
I had to make it fair.
But the funny thing is, she could have.
Yes. She probably scored better.
Yes.
Okay.
Or she could have just sat on the dog, because that's about the same size.
No. No, not the pokers.
Were phenomenal. So, I would give you a laurel and a hearty shake.
I like her shake better.
And you received a basil. And I want you to get stoned.
Who's surprised?
But, like I said, there was a tie. So, the other winner was Her Excellency Chalet.
So, tell us about the tale of Chalet spear throwing.
The lady,
or Chalet, would you like to tell the tale of your spear throwing?
She went the long way.
I've been teaching her for 3 years, 4 years, I'm not sure, but she could always hit stuff with a knife. She could always nail things with an axe, and she couldn't save her life with the spears. Where did she score all her points in this tournament?
Spear.
On the spears.
And what was that score, Your Excellency?
Well, there was 3 spears to each round. We had 3 rounds, and I had a total of 17 points on the spears.
She's here with handcuffs.
Whoa.
Yeah, go ahead. Give it a rock.
Right now.
Get your minds out of the gutter.
That's
oh
where
my
we
goodness.
Let's go, let's go.
Wow.
We're not in the gutter, we're in the sewer. There's so much more room down
I'll
there.
tell you the story later.
So there's a story.
There's story time after.
Well done.
Three cheers for the ladies champions in our first ever ladies tournament. Vivat! 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 The tournaments, even if they didn't participate, there was the turnout was incredible. There was at least 25 to 30 people there down there in the shade, in the beautiful shade, just watching, cheering, everything. It was truly amazing. Let's get to the youth tournament because the kids were just as good. They were flipping awesome. I'm minding my tongue. So we are going to have, yeah, I know, the youth champion for the throwing weapons, if he's still around. Wyatt, where are you?
All right.
Double up. It's Alice.
That kid hits for disc.
And again, an incredible
Swinging for the
score,
bleachers.
a very good battle. You did amazing. There was like, what did we say? 12? There was 12 youth that involved. Throwing weapons is growing. I mean, it's getting bigger and bigger. And I'm challenging all other baronies, and it's nothing personal, but I'll challenge you all. Go ahead, try and whip us. You ain't gonna.
One of ours won.
All right.
Hey.
We got you.
Count.
It was a tie.
You did good, bro. I was very proud of you. Very, very proud of you. 3 cheers for the youth champion! Vivat! 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 Vivat!
He's going to be well seasoned.
Wow.
I'll take care of this.
Wait for it.
And the dragon roared mightily.
I just want to
Who ordered the dragon?
that answered my challenge the other day to accept the thrown weapons. It was fun to be there.
Did you act?
That's why we said a woman. We also had,
Keep it up. You're not gonna last until like say
I think we had
I'm doing my best. I'm doing all I can.
14 or 15 throwing weapons. They were pretty much, most of them were seasoned throwers. But I make my tournaments pretty difficult so that there is not a for sure winner every time. So, and they love me for it. They adore me. They praise me. They
Stop.
Give a bit, brother.
Moving right along.
I want to hear more.
Our this year's
He's handsome.
total champion.
Yes.
He is basically all right. He's kind of sick in the head. Okay.
He is sick in the head.
You did good, bro.
That is correct. He is sick in the head.
Thought it was a requirement for the office.
Sick of the head.
Right?
I'll cop to that.
So did that
I have
give
for
you-
decades.
That's what this would qualify you to go on
Yeah,
and do this, or
Actually,
oh well.
Ooh, overachiever.
Well, thank you, it's awesome.
3 cheers for the newest champion. Vivat!
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 Vivat! You have another one. Wait, don't give her the rock. She'll hit us both with it.
You know, that's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm rolling.
Come on, work your way around.
I think that the flicker might need to be engaged. You know, time for it. Ready and waiting.
That's what they call.
Right?
It's in the backpack on there too.
We would call for Her Excellency Alora. You have someone you're calling? Yes. Angus. And then escort the lad. He's from a long ways away. Doesn't know everybody. It's a no haggis around.
Donnie no day that. Donnie no.
Donnie no.
Oh.
Thank you so much for allowing me the last minute to come up and do this. But there is someone who did such an amazing act this weekend that I really wanted to highlight it because it is absolutely the spirit of the SCA. Would you come forward? This man Duncan has been involved in the SCA for what, about 8 months? So on our first night here, one of our fellow Arnold members, Peter, and his wife Karen, and their two very, very little children, woke up in the middle of the night with their tent collapsing on top of them. And they ran next door, we got the kids into our tent, and this man who's never met them before immediately comes up, what can I do? How can I help? And we figure out the top of the tent's here. How are we going to fix it? And he comes up and he says, well, I've got some heavy duty thread, some heavy duty curved needles, and we stand there, we figure out how to bring enough of the tent down so that he can get to that. And he stands there in the middle of the night in the pouring rain and hand sews a new eyelet into the tent so that that tent is now stronger than it was when it was first bought. It's still up. Where else in your life at the SCA do you come across people that show up just at the right moment, just at the right time, with just the right tools, and say, I will help you, person I don't know. I will stand there in the cold and the rain for as long as I need to, so that you and your family are safe and warm.
I think just pull out of nowhere the tools to fix a canvas tent.
I know you heard that. I want to give you this as a token of thanks, because you are absolutely the spirit of the dream.
So being made aware of this, we have been made aware that His Excellency Etienne did bestow upon you a dubis that we know as, in the Barony of Arnhold, as the spud. Service performed under duress.
Which is truly qualifies as.
Being that we weren't there when you were given this dubis, we are approaching you now in court so we can actually put it in our court notes and have it noted through
In the Kingdom Roll.
heraldry.
Amazingly, that's one of the ones that is going to get registered without a problem.
Have been awarded the spud, the service performed under duress by the Barony of Arnhold. Thank you so much for embodying the dream. Thank you, Your Excellency Etienne, for doing us this service. And thank you for providing the dream to all those here today.
It's my pleasure to do it.
My pleasure. What good the dream does for us all.
Thank you all.
And Duncan, before we go anywhere,
while you're here,
This is for you. Wow. Thank you for all of your hard work. If it wasn't for folks like you, we wouldn't be standing here having an event like this.
So we have 10 spots.
Or we'd all be
But it means a lot to us to have citizens of our Artemisia doing service like you do. So thank you.
Thank you.
3 cheers. Vivat!
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 Your Excellencies, call forth John Gilson.
Oh, John, what do we do now? Well, yeah, just like always.
Like always.
This gentleman, without this gentleman, we would not have Uprising. We would not. He is the keeper of the records. He is the person who does the site layout. He is the person who helps the merchants on site, shows them where to park. He is the porta potty man to place him just so. We can call him at any time, and he is there. We want to recognize him for this.
Historically, the Baron and Baroness of 1000 Eyes have wished to honor those who have tendered personal service to them. And so this day, the 16th of June, 2019, CE at Uprising 32. Do we, Alan and Evelyn, award John Gilson with the Order of the Peacock's Key.
If you've noticed how easily our thrones set up and take down, this gentleman made them for us in 2 weeks. Fun to make. Thank
We're
you
in and
very
out
much.
really fast. We like it.
3 cheers for the newest recipient of the Peacock's Key. Vivat!
Vivat!
Vivat! Vivat!
Vivat!
Their Excellencies call forth. Well, I guess the new Excellencies.
They're eminencies.
Eminencies. Okay, they got
Excellencies?
Denise and Stephen.
What?
Amber Williams.
Children, come forth.
See to your doddering old man in his senility.
Yeah, please, yes. Having fun? So far, so good. Did you kidnapped Go ahead.
Okay. In the barony of 1,000 eyes, there are those whose enthusiasm, dedication, and grace stand as an example to us all. In honoring of these virtues, Alessandria Raffaella di Luciano, Baroness of 1,000 Eyes, was the inspiration for the Order of the Swan and Skeleton. To justify those who demonstrate these qualities, let it now be proclaimed that Stephen and Denise of Amberley,
Amber of Bernicelli.
okay, Amber of Denise-Lee, are awarded the Swan and Scallop and shall be known as companions of the order, done this 13th day of June, and Uprising 32, being the year of 2019 Gregorian. Alan Baron, Evelyn Baroness.
So we're pretty sure that Harold doesn't go with us.
But he does add some tremendous entertainment value. Your Eminency, it was about a year ago that you came and were able to ride into our barony. And immediately you started coming to fighter practices, you started doing arts and sciences, you started helping out. You've made innumerable hats for people and taught innumerable people to make their hats. As a matter of fact, for the longest time, he was known as the furry hat guy. So now he's exceeded that name and is soon going to have another title. But Eminency will do for now. So, thank you both so much. And welcome home.
3 cheers for the newest members of the Swan and Skeleton. Vivat!
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 Mama, we got grandkids.
Hey, Dad, can I borrow the car?
Trust me, you don't want to borrow that.
Their Excellencies call forth 8.
That's it.
Okay.
We got this.
Come forward. They were born in the 70s. So there was some great arts and sciences display. Could you spend a bit of time explaining how the display went and what your concept was, and then tell us about the victor?
It's okay. Just stand there.
The artisans display was very well attended. We had 6 people displaying various arts that they have created. Some created many pieces, and some did, you know, one or 2 pieces for themselves. Everyone was absolutely superb, in my point of view, but being arts and science is my forte, that's just me. And, but in this nice award, has nothing to do with me. It has to deal with the populace.
Yay.
Because I made them vote. And they go, oh, we are not qualified to feature on these pieces. And I said, whatever catches your eye. And if they explain it to you, you know, in a way that you can understand. So they voted. Everyone voted. And this nice populace, the majority was very impressed with Angus of Arnhold.
Oh, Argus is pretty good.
Argus of Angle? That worked.
That guy's defended the title of Arts in Artemisia for a long time.
Yes, we agree.
You're gonna have to share credit with that one, with Ursula. I think she'll.
The award is something you remember. It is the art that you spread through all of our people and inspire the future that is the most important. And your renown is spread beyond the great barony of Arnhold, and we appreciate all the help. But more than that, what you have done, and for this particular competition, well done. So thank you so much.
It's the Kingdom Cookbook.
One more arts to go
Which
after.
I don't think there's any more. I don't think they're printing them anymore. So it makes it super special. There's a limited
Thank
run.
you so much, and again for all the work you do, because your renown is growing rapidly. So that's a very good thing. Three cheers.
Three cheers! Vivat!
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 Vivat! As for everyone that entered the Artisans Display as well as the Iron Needle Contest, thank you so much for creating those things and inspiring other people to create things and make our SCA world even more broad and wonderful. It is very neat. So thank you. Okay, what you got?
Okay, Their Excellencies call forth Her Excellency, Chile.
It's short around this way.
Yeah, go the other way.
We would like to hear words from you, you wonderful steward of this event. And still smiling.
Still smiling. Okay, so I have probably attended at least 20 uprisings. I think there's maybe one or two I've missed. This is my favorite event next to what used to be one of my local events, heartwarming, and everybody knows about that. So when I moved to the Barony of 1,000 Eyes a couple of years ago, I made a promise to myself, or a challenge for myself, that I wanted to become an event steward for Uprising. And so, my fortunateness, or unfortunateness, the Barony allowed me to step up as autocrat for this event. And I want to thank every one of you that showed up today and this week to make this an awesome event. There was a few glitches, but we learned how to make lemonade really fast. And we got it all taken care of. But I do want to say I appreciate everybody's hard work, the tournaments, the fighting, the artisans display, the throwing weapons, of course. And like I said, I issued a challenge, I think it was in our court Thursday night, to the women to please take on the thrown weapons, and I was surprised, along with
Are those the Harry Potter ones? Are those the Harry Potter ones?
there were so many ladies who stepped up, and we decided to make that an annual event at Uprising now. So I love thrown weapons, and I was so excited to be able to share it with Nessa. We were having fun. So hopefully everybody enjoyed themselves.
Yes.
And we'll come back again. Woo! Thank you, Your Excellencies, and the Barony for allowing me to be the event steward. I've had a wonderful time.
You did great. You have a greater appreciation for the work. Also, she's our colonial seneschal, so she wears many hats and wears
And
them
then
well.
I stepped up as a big merchant at crap, too.
Yeah.
Oh, and I would like to say take a quick minute to say thank you to my staff. I've had a wonderful staff that just is awesome to work with. So thanks to my staff.
3 cheers. Vivat!
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 Okay, one more for me, and then I'm going to shut up.
Yay!
And there was great rejoicing.
Their Excellencies call forth Helena Handbasket.
Yeah. Thank you.
So as all of you know, because you got to meet Helen at the front gate. She's our exchequer. That is a long, tedious job, and she performed it, and even now she's smiling, which we're happy to hear about. So, Lady Helena, could you tell us what our gate count was?
Our gate count was 248 people.
For your hard work, not only for this event, but for all of the other events, we have appreciation beyond words and beyond things. It's a tremendously difficult job. There are 2 jobs in the SDA I have worked very hard to stay away from. Next year, I failed in the other. Failed to avoid it, that was. So thank you so much. Again, your efforts are so appreciated. And for the exchequer.
3 cheers for the Exchequer. Vivat!
Vivat!
Vivat! Vivat!
Vivat!
Your Excellencies, call forth Marcus.
I thought you said you were closing your mouth.
He lied.
He made promises he couldn't keep.
Try.
Surprise.
Your Excellency.
Yes,
Your Excellency. Have you met His Excellency? So, Marcus, who's your father again? Oh, that would be John. And you inherited those genes of work, help, be there, work, and tremendously appreciated. And so, Marcus is probably going to go off and work for his mundane king shortly. And but until that time, we want to express our great gratitude to you for all the work you're doing and for many years have done. As a young person, you continued on, and it's easy to be distracted. It's easy to have other things to do, but you were always there to help with stuff. He probably touched every bit of this tent, helping put it up, and everything else. And the merchants as well. So thank you so much. We have a bit of Duke Basil for you, and
Better than Tony Basil.
Hit him again. Hit him again.
Thank you.
3 cheers for Marcus. Vivat!
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 Vivat! Now there's only one more. Their Angela, where are you? Oh, there you are. There you are, Terry.
No.
Oh, Her Excellency. Angela Sustain.
Mr. Populous, please. I'm going to step back here because it's a little easier. As you know, I did an iron needle challenge. What this comprised of is they got a brown paper bag full of stuff. And it was some strange stuff, as Her Excellency from Loch Solomon.
Shower curtain holders.
I mean, it was just odds and ends and stuff. The challenge was to make a period-esque mythological creature. The results, I had 8 bags given out. I had 7 of them come to the artisans' display. It was absolutely fun, entertaining, and those that had kids participating was funny. So, we had a panel of judges who judged them, and I'm ready to give out prizes. And in first place, to Bruja, Mistress Cecilia and crew, they took a mundane duster and turned it into cirrhosis.
What?
Of the liver, and they had a whole story.
I'm withholding comment on that from Brewhouse. I will withhold from Brewhouse.
Well, it involved a never full mug.
No, never. No, never. No, never.
Cirrhosis?
Just me then.
It's just you.
So, we figured if they were doing cirrhosis, they needed a cookbook to learn how to fix that problem.
We will tell the story to anybody that would like to visit our
It's a
camp
good
today.
story. You should do it.
Yes, and please, if you've got it all printed out, send it to me via message, please.
We will. We will. We were proud to be able to end it.
Stick around, because
Yeah, stick around.
that was one bag. These guys got 2 bags. So in third place, for their Medusa, Medusa needed some really heavy-duty handwork on her hairstyle. A book on stitches.
And stitching.
So, thank you.
We had a lot of fun with it.
They had enough people want to participate when they got the first one. They come over and got a second bag.
Ah, that's great. Mr. Cecilia, hold. Come forth, please. Never in trouble. For those of you that don't know, Mr. Cecile and I go back to very early times in the Barony. We've had so many fun times. We did innumerable demos together, and still have mine too. That goes way back to Edward and Alessandro.
Whoa.
And so you are very special. However, I have something of yours that I have to give back. I held this for a year. Hold it now, forever. Hey, come here. Go out now. Take care of your cirrhosis and.
Okay. In second place was a mom reluctantly come up because the rules said you had to have an adult participate. So the siren, if you did not see the young man, he ran around here dressed as a siren in hot pink and balloons.
Well done.
This is awesome. This is the one that was in the costume.
Good on you, brother.
Oh
No.
And because we thought they were youngsters,
they needed a book on how to sew.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you. And the Baroness's choice was for the pelagriff on the fish. So we're giving you a real dragon.
We had so much fun. This was we opened that bag and there were some explosives.
Never from you.
We went, what?
I told
so much fun. We had so much fun giggling.
I told them that when I posted this, that I was going to be sitting in the corner with an evil grin, and they got the goldfish. And one of the other things that it was in one of the bags, you know, those blue baby nose suckers?
Yeah.
Got turned into a Cthulhu.
That's appropriate.
Yes.
All hail.
Very interesting.
It's older than this guy.
Yes, they will be posted.
Okay.
Her Excellency Amber took pictures of everything. But yeah, when you see
Argus or something like
when you see this green Cthulhu with all these, just remember underneath the base of that is a blue nose sucker, baby nose sucker. And for all of everybody who participated, would you please come forward? I have some basil for you for each team. Because these were absolutely fun.
Fermented tomato, mozzarella, olive oil.
Balsamic vinaigrette.
We got to make some nice pizza.
I may need to get some more basil.
No. Roman tomato? Yeah. Neapolitan? Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm on.
You guys did too bad.
So horsefly.
No.
Hold on.
No.
Hold on.
No.
Hold on. Oh, there, it went away. You got a horsefly in your veil.
And spread it around and have fun. And remember, the next time I do an iron needle challenge, tell your friends they gotta come because I have had a Majesty of Abacal open the bag and go, "Oh my, I'm not doing this," and hand it off to a lady in waiting.
That's a win.
That, yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, it was.
That sounds like a challenge.
The next time, I'll have fun again. Thank you.
Thank you.
3 cheers! Vivat!
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 Vivat! Vivat! Hearing closes.
Excuse us, thank you. So, folks, gather in a little bit. Gather in a little bit.
Come in the shade, in
Because
the
you
center.
see, I talk to the back row because otherwise if we're not talking loud enough, you're talking, and so I want you to listen. I want you to listen. Oh no.
Yes, tell them to come in the shade.
Yeah, we actually spent a bunch of money for this tent, so we could put as many of you in the shade as possible. So, Uprising has been going for 32 times now, okay? And we thank you all for that. Many of you have been to a great number of those. It started off at Sealander Park. Many of you remember Sealander Park.
Yes.
After we quit having Uprising there because we outgrew it considerably, we actually held Gareth and Sorce's coronation there. So some of you may remember that. Ooh, wonderful. Our memories sometimes change. Sealander Park would fit. The entirety of Sealander Park, including lava, would fit in Town Square. Seriously. That's, yes, all of it would fit in Town Square. We have been to other places as we outgrew it. Some of you may recall the wonderful camp up in the mountains, 55-mile-an-hour road.
Absolutely.
Yep. All right. Then we got a little too big for that, and we went to Indian Springs. Remember that? Yes.
Really?
Boy, was that hot. But they had a swimming pool, which was awesome. And then we went to the Boy Scout camp up north here a little ways with the mount out there for fighting. Fighters, remember that? That was a good time. All right. And then we went to Mountain River Ranch. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a fabulous place. We were there for a long time. We were there for a long time. A quick story on that. Coruscant actually was friends with the lady who ran it. It was her father who owned the place. And his daughter and her husband were running it. And they got to be early 40s. And they go, holy crap, we don't have any retirement. We need to go get a job because Daddy ain't going to pay retirement. So they tell Daddy, we're not going to do this anymore. And Daddy says, well, I ain't doing that crap. And Baroness Antoinette was on the Peacock Throne at that time. And Ariel, I believe you were Seneschal at that time. Is that correct?
Yes.
Right. I received a panicked phone call in October. I was standing out in that field doing some field work. And they say, we have lost our site. And we don't know what to do. And I found other sites and this and that. So I'm going, well, come down and look at this and see what you think, you know, because we were like, October is really late to find a site that big. Those of you that have tried to find sites for big events can appreciate the difficulty of that. And so they came down. Now, bear in mind, I grew up here. The sand hill was our absolute bane. And when they got here in October, the grass was short like this. I go, that's pretty good for camping. And then they went up and looked at the sand hill and went, holy crap, think of the fighting we could do here. And so it was, and I go, well, it's a sand hill, but whatever, you know. And then so he said, well, could we do this? Sure, I don't care. Can we do that? Sure, we don't care. And so here we are. Now, in 32 years of any organization, there is plenty of time for rumors. There is plenty of time for stories. There is time for fantasy that would make any saga go on. And so I want to explain some of that because, some of the rumors I've heard have been fantastic. They were either, well, let's just say that the alcohol must have been tremendous to come up with these stories. Let's just say that. Ariel, will you kind of explain how we work through the fees for the place?
The fees for the place?
The fees.
We figure what it costs for porta potties, dumpsters,
Showers.
The shower truck. Oh my Lord. People that are upset because we no longer have the shower truck, try $9,000 for 5 days.
Oh.
Okay?
Ow.
Yeah, it is totally unsupportable unless we tripled the cost of admission. It's ridiculous. And not only that, 4 years ago, 5 years, anyway, a couple years before we quit having the shower trucks, the health department said, and oh, by the way, you have to haul off all the water. All the shower water. It cannot be dumped on the soil. It cannot be dumped in the ditches. It has to be hauled away. So we had to pay for that. Yeah.
And what was Master Robert had the approximate fee for the shower truck and gray water? What was that again?
I don't remember if it was 9,000 or 11,000, but it was a buttload of money.
Just for that.
I mean, it's a technical term.
Buttload.
Yeah, buttload of money.
It's period.
It definitely is. We called for a while, we were paying for the parking on the other field. We've tried to tighten things down, and we've done our very best to reduce costs. We're going to try and reduce them again and hold it so it's an affordable event. This is a family event. We want to make it so that people can come and afford to come and enjoy themselves. We don't make a ton of money on this. Everybody thinks we do not. We're happy if we break even. That's just the way it is because, I mean, the dumpsters cost, the porta potties cost a lot. And keeping it safe for everybody costs. But that's basically it.
And
buying
so
new
Her
pavilions.
Excellency says, well, how much you want for it? And I go, yeah. And she says, the barony will pay you $3,000 for the rent. I go, okay. Now, bear in mind that Uprising, as far as the site is concerned, starts on last Saturday. But it actually starts before that because we have to get the people in here to cut the hay. Now, one of my most fantastic rumors that's been going around, the reason we don't have shower trucks is because the evil Duke Allen raised the rent.
What?
Isn't that great? You got the whole story. folks, the rent has never been raised. Never. In fact, it has gone down. So for those people that like to indulge in telling stories and making up stuff for their own purposes and their own agenda, you can tell them you are misinformed. Now, if you are misinformed and you say something, that's okay. If you say something after you know that it is wrong, what is that? That is a lie. And we do not participate in lies in our kingdom. Our kingdom is strong, is chivalrous, and honorable. And so if anyone has any questions, I would urge them. We can show them the checks. We can show them everything. All right? And so when they want to, I don't believe our kingdom has got big enough that we can boycott events and we can actively push down our kingdom's participation in anything. No kingdom is that big. And so when these people want to bring that up, I urge you to ask them, my lord, my lady, how is this a chivalrous activity that you are passing on? You are passing on things that are not true. Think about that. So, the last thing that a king says to a new knight is, let this be the last blow you receive unanswered. I received that blow. So these others I do not do unanswered. And so, what we will be doing, now relax. There are many new camping events, and that's the way it is. Next year, I am pushing that Uprising will start on Thursday. We will cut it back. A major part of our expenses for this is porta potties and garbage. We will cut that back. It is my personal goal that the fee will be $25 to come to Uprising. We will pack your time as full as we can. But you had to take time off work. It was hard. You got to go to Kings Road in 2 weeks. You definitely need to go to Northern Artemisian Fair in a month. I'm going to be there. And so, guys, Artemisia always has to travel. We have to travel, and we have to support our kingdom. And we have to get petty bickering out of jealousy and whatever it might be. We must rise above that. The Barony of 1,000 Eyes will be tuning this down. Those of you that archers, you archers should have been paid by the mile by going back and forth so far. Amen. It is my goal that next year archery will be right across the ditch. You will have shade. Thank you. And we will bring in the camping much closer so we'll all be tighter and we'll all offend. We'll have access to the battlefield. We'll still have a great battlefield. Now, our battlefield does rock. You got to admit that. Okay? So we are taking measures. But Uprising, they said, we want to get Uprising back to what it is. Oh, we are. We're taking it back to what it was 25 years ago. And we still had a ball, didn't we? Remember? Those of you that were there at Uprising 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, did we have fun? Yep. Yeah. Yes. Yep. And we had about this many people. We had about this many people. So we can do it again, and this will continue to be a great event, and we'll shorten it up so that you can go to this event and others and have a ball.
There we go.
So thank you all so much for coming. Your Majesty, Uprising leaves your kingdom more enriched. We made your heavy fighters, your armored combat fighters, smarter, faster, more lethal on the battlefield. Your rapier fighters were magnificent. Your artisans, your thrown weapons. Your Majesties, it was our pleasure to help enrich this kingdom, and we thank you for your time. We apologize for the length of the court, but it's our thing. And so we now close our court to your Majesties.
And you guys said I talk a lot.
He makes sense.
It's your Majesty's court now.
Your Majesty's permission. Please. The Majesties at this time would ask the presence of Count Yuri and Count Samaya.
Count Tess. Count Tess.
She counts in my book.
You got a new announcement to make.
Boss.
10 mini.
You can do whatever you want, baby.
We're waiting for this despicable character.
Your Excellencies, while you were crowned, our noble crown's parents, you did give an award of arms. At the time, because yes, as your herald, I know, we did a couple. One too many. And for some of those, we did not, in the tradition that His Grace Basil started when he and Renee sat the thrones the first time as third crown of this kingdom, have a dagger available for that person. Master Cormac, could you please...
Athanos, come up here, please. At the Hell's Gate last year, he was one of the gentlemen. This area is taller.
Yes, definitely. That was a wonderful event, and when you were brought to our attention, because we'd already gone to a couple of practices up in that area, and I crossed swords with you a few times, and definitely this was well worth it and well earned. So, and we were sorry we didn't have a dagger at the time. His good Cormac here got you this dagger.
I got him one shortly afterwards. I told him I'll get you one of these days. He's been to a couple of events that I didn't expect him to be at, so I didn't have the dagger with me. And when I saw him yesterday, I didn't have the dagger with me. So I went over to Ludwig's and bought this dagger for him. And the other way, to me, it's not a big award. It kind of is, you know. When I still remember getting mine, and not getting a dagger seemed wrong. I don't like people going around unarmed. Amazing.
Says the guy with multiple sharp things hanging off every part of his body.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
like a spear.
I'm kind of scared from here.
Yeah.
We are very sorry that we did not have one at the time. We thank you very much, Master Cormac, for fulfilling our duty and providing you with one. It was a pleasure to award you the ALA, and we, as we said before, we do look forward to watching you grow in the SCA. We hope that you are thoroughly enjoying it as much as you were the day that we gave you. Thank you, Your Majesty, for allowing us to bring this around.
And ladies and gentlemen, even though he's nowhere near at this point the newest armature of the kingdom, but for finally getting his dagger, Vivat! 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 Vivat!
It's falling on my foot. I'm sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, really? Oh my lord. Their Majesties call before them at this time. Aylwin Dispenser.
Oh, him.
That's what they were right?
saying. See, that's what we were saying too. We were like,
Really? Yeah, I'm really sorry.
How many days?
They look so spiffy.
Your Excellency, the service that you do to this kingdom is not unknown, as you may see. He's taken on the office of being the Baron of Lochsollen, which is no small task. But perhaps what you do not know is his contribution to the arts and sciences within this kingdom. And so we'd like to just take a moment to make sure that it's acknowledged by us and by everyone else in the kingdom. So,
To all unto whom these letters come, cease your efforts. Pay heed to the words of the monarchs of Artemisia, Floki and Guinevere. The Order of the Golden Maple Leaf. Was established in ancient times by our ancestors to honor those subjects of Artemisia who have shown exemplary efforts in the advancement of the arts and sciences. Thus does it please us to pluck the noble Aylwin Dispenser from amongst his peers and acknowledge his surpassing skill by creating him a companion of the Golden Maple Leaf. Let none dare contest our will in this matter, as it is well and justly done. Attested to by our hands, this 15th day of June, Anno Societatis 54, being the year 2019 Gregorian. Fluki, Kunaga, Guinevere, Threaten.
This is well deserved, and we hope that it is an acknowledgement of the contribution you have made to this kingdom in the arts and sciences, and that it is only a recognition of the beginning of the contribution that you will make. We know that in the future you will make many, many more contributions.
Please continue to share your inspiration with us, especially the art challenged. So, thank you.
And Your Excellency, your scroll was done by a bunch of people you've probably never heard of. It says here on the back, by Mistress Leia.
Somebody or other.
Illumination
like her.
by some Amanda person.
We like her too. Just so you know.
You might want to find them.
You might want to look.
If you can figure out who those people are, you might want to thank them. For the newest companion of the Golden Maple Leaf, Vivat! 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 At this time, their majesties would call before them all for whom this is their first event, or even their first royal court. And Adina just sit down.
Actually, in royal court?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Your Excellency.
Yeah, I know. See, I knew that. I knew that gentleman back there. Come on forward. He's having a very good day. Please come forward. Come forward. Come forward.
He's having a very good first event. Get up there.
So it may appear that those of us sitting here in front of you sort of sprung up out of the ground, full grown.
We did.
It's all right. He's good. He's good.
Very ancient.
We're camped like right across from though.
We all had our first event.
We are? We were. At Strat.
My first uprising was Uprising.
This was from Strat this year. I found it.
My first uprising.
I see, because it was a pretty piece of fabric.
And he's a lance connector, and that's what they do.
We would like the tradition of this kingdom is to take people who have come to their first
They're
event
crows turned into men.
and to acknowledge that you were
And
here.
women.
Because first of all, it's very important that you're here because this is how the kingdom continues, and we hope that the experience that you've had today or yesterday, depending when you arrive, is good enough that you will come back again and again and again. And we hope to see you again in future events. Because that is how you go from there to here. You continue to play, you continue to participate, you continue to contribute, and that's not only grows our kingdom, but it strengthens our society. And so first of all, we'd like to say thank you for coming today. But we'd also like to say that we want to give you a small token so that you have something to remind you of your first event. And Her Majesty and I have decided the token we're going to give out are these small Viking beads. And these beads, in the time of the Vikings, actually approximated money. These could be traded for a cash value. These are highly valuable items. So we ask you to take these items, and when you see these items, remember that you had your first event here at this event, and that perhaps again in the future we'll see you again, and we look forward to that. So thank you all so much for coming today. Thank you.
For these newcomers, the lifeblood that keeps the society growing. Vivat! 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 Would you guys like to try the ones that we did earlier again? In that case, would your majesties like to probably...
Let's do it reverse. Let's call it.
You want to call it?
Yes, let's call it.
Their majesties, at this time, because apparently they haven't seen enough of them yet today, would call forward all members of the Order of the Pelican.
Playing a little reverse game.
And your Majesties, may I have your leave to...
Please. Please.
No. I don't go forward.
He's going to go fetch them. That's fine.
As a member of the Order, their Majesties have asked that I go fetch.
No, you're because I can be. Later.
We see many great nobles who the Order of the Pelican is the lifeblood of the SCA. It is the backbone. It is the foundation that the SCA is built upon. It is the concept that it's service to extreme. Service, even to the point of self-sacrifice, is the foundation that the SCA functions on. And this is true for all the peerages. But nowhere is it represented more than in the Order of the Pelican. And so it is our privilege today to stand before you and say, even though we have already placed an individual on vigil, it is not complete.
We have one more we would like to add to your order.
Your Majesties, your herald, as a member of this order, I feel so honored to bring before you your His Lady in Reading, Her Excellency.
I'm going to let you talk now.
Thank you.
You probably weren't expecting this today, so yeah.
There's a lot of service that goes in behind the scenes to be able to sit these chairs. We need really strong, reliable ladies in waiting. We need hard workers. We need a lot of people that will be able to put the hours in and put up with us. Make sure that we're much like toddlers and eat and drink. And make sure that we actually have, while we are sitting in these chairs, have an opportunity to still have the dream. It's really important for that because there's a lot of times that when you're sitting here and you're in the grueling times dealing with all the administrative work, that you lose sight in that. Having Malatesta, being able to work with you, I have not lost that at all. So thank you. And I'm hoping that coronation, you will give us an answer.
In our final court, before I am collected by the goddess Hel and returned to the land of Helheim, we will call you forth. And at that time, we'll ask you if you will accept admittance to the Order of the Pelican of the Society of Creative Anachronism. At this time, we place you upon vigil to seek counsel from those already within the order and those without, and to seek their wisdom, to seek their advice on how you should proceed. And we look forward to hearing from you in the very near future. Please.
Fellows, vigilant to the Order of the Pelican! Vivat! 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 Vivat!
Members of the order?
Yes,
please.
Okay. You know, see how many
No, we have to go out. We have to go out.
You're good. I'll stop here. Oh, wait, here. Oh, sorry. Because they're both pelicans. They'll be back. They always come back.
Thank you again for a wonderful day and wonderful weather and a chance to be able to actually sit and get to know some of you that are your first time coming here. So it's been a wonderful time. Thank you.
I'd like to say this is probably my 27th uprising. 27th. I think in almost 29 years I've only missed 2. So I know what will go on when we dismiss court, and I would not keep you any longer from it. So please,
Into your own chair,
go
man.
about your business and continue to have a great time this evening. Thank you.
There being no further business,
Herein closes the court of their majesties, Floki and Guinevere. Long live the king!
Long live the king!
Long live the queen!
Long live the queen!
Long live these sovereign lands of Artemisia! Vivat!
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 Vivat!